How you doing? It's December. You holding up okay? I hope so. I hope actually you're kind of exhausted and busy. If you're in retail, this is the busy month, right? If you're in a service category, maybe it's not as busy. But this is the time of year everybody's bought up all their advertising and is screaming and making lots and lots of noise and offering lots and lots of stuff. And it's not the time to buy media, right? Supply and demand. Don't buy media right now, but you know that. Right? But the new year is coming. And first, let me say Happy New Year. And it's time to make some resolutions. Phoning it in, brought to you by Pepsi Max. And, trying to think about the new calendar and look at your budget. You've probably been doing this for a while. You've probably made some decisions. But let's say one of those decisions is you're ready to invest in advertising. And you've made that difficult decision between targeting, doing some direct mail or some internet radio or some zone cable and targeting certain zip codes, or maybe you have a product or service where you want to reach the masses. You want to reach everybody with a pulse and a wallet, and you don't want to just meet the quote-unquote right customer, but also you want to reach their family, their friends, and their barista. So that's what we're going to talk about, right? Reaching the masses. Not targeting, reaching the masses. That's important because the reps at the TV stations and the radio stations will talk to you about reaching the right customer. But if you've bought targeting advertising before, the minute we qualify who's the right customer is usually when we start paying too much. You want to reach as many people as you can effectively. That's the key. Okay? So, you might ask me what everybody asks me. I'm new to this. I don't have a lot of money. Can I afford to buy mass media? Okay, I'm going to assume that you have a business that is good at what it does. Hope that's okay that I assume that. And that your business provides a service or product that people like, right? You do well with repeat and referral business because people like what you have to offer. So they tell their friends or they come back for more. If that's you, then yes, you should do mass media and you can afford it. Now, if you're worried about your budget and your money and you don't have a lot of money and you live in a big city, we can probably rule out TV because TV production alone is so expensive. And for people not to just fast forward through your commercials using their TiVo, their DVRs, you want an ad that kind of sticks out. Or you really want to be on a desirable show that people don't tend to DVR, they watch in real time. Like a sporting event or American Idol or whatever the new American Idol is, because I can't stand those shows. Something that a lot of people watch in real time because they don't want to get spoiled later on Facebook. But the problem is those shows cost a lot of money. So again, I'm back to radio. People are in their car or whatever, and they're listening to radio. And even though there has been a loss in audience, radio is still extremely valid. People are still listening. So radio is great because it's cheap. If you have a good mic, maybe a preamp and a computer, a couple $100 in equipment, Audacity, you can record your ads, which Audacity is a free program. I'm not endorsing that. Whatever you use, GarageBand, whatever you have. You can do a pretty decent quality recording on your computer. Right, so production can be free, once you have the stuff. Or maybe you have a little money in your budget for production, and you're spending $150 to get somebody really talented, like a guy I know named Dave Nevlin, who works for Roy Williams, but he has his own little production thing, and he does amazing work. And there's other people like Dave. I'm sure. I just know and love Dave. Anyway, production's cheap. Television production's ridiculous. Radio production's affordable. You can sound good, right? So if you have a great ad, you have a strong message, yes, you can buy a great radio schedule. In January, there is a whole lot more inventory after December. The radio reps have gone from feast to famine. They would love, your business. They would love it, because not everybody's trying to sell their product in January. So it's a new year. It's time to negotiate. And don't worry about the sexiest station, right? The number 1, 2, 3, 4 station. You should look at them. You should get a sense of what it would cost. But if you're in a market like, say, Austin, where there's over 1.5 million people, and it's like, according to my computer that I just pretended not to glance at, the 35th ranked market, chances are you can't afford the bigger stations because there are so many people. But there are stations further down on the dial that are less sexy that you can afford. We have bought stations in Austin, Texas for $500 a week. We have bought 52-week schedules for, 20 grand, 25 grand. Which, what advertising costs. You know what it costs to run a series of print ads or do a direct mail campaign. Austin's a big market. Denver is a big market. We did something amazing in Denver. Mike Slover, who started and heads the Strategy Wizards, he's got a client in Denver, and I bought a schedule for his client, and his client's kicking butt, and his client's business has all of, I think, 2 employees. There's him, and he does a great job, and there's the person who keeps his books and answers his phones, and my point is, it's not a huge company, right? And he was able to buy an incredible schedule that he could afford. And his growth has been huge. And in 6 months, maybe he'll be able to buy more. Or maybe he'll have more than enough. So my advice to you is, if you're at that point, right, where it's time to make the next step, do it. All right, this song's for you. "2015 is coming, and you wonder what is gonna happen to your business. What? Well, I'm here to tell you, you're gonna kick butt. And I didn't prepare this song in advance, so I went crude. Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, etc. This has been another episode of Phoning It In. I'm Adam Don Moyer, and I'm racing the clock because I told Mike I would have this posted today, and my cell phone took a beating and my screen cracked, and I'm hoping I can get it posted in the next 20 minutes. Do not believe what the timestamp tells you. I believe our blog is on Australia time, and it is tomorrow in Australia, but it is still today in Texas. And I said I would have it done today. Thanks for watching. Phoning it in, 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 phoning it in with Adam. I wrote that song.